mostly vinyasa, but again the target is to get on our core and our shoulder, and we'll do hip openers some today. So get to the mat. Sit on a very, very comfortable position. Alive on your mat. Close your eyes. Calm your breathing. Focus on your tip of your nose. Breathing gently. Keep calm your breath down. Close your eyes. Use the next 75 minutes is ours. Leave behind any of the thoughts, ideas. Let it go. Let go of any plans, any schedule, anything that you have thought about. Very calm, gentle breath. Stop moving, stop fidgeting. Get to complete stillness, calmness. Focus on the third eye. Keep your own personal mantra on your head. Calm yourself down. You can use the mantra by chanting in your mind. The body is getting heavier and you are melting into the mat. Very calm, gentle breathing in the nose. Breathe out through your nose. Release your shoulders, release your forearm, your elbow, your knees. Slowly and steadily bring the life back to your body. Start deepening your breath. Very long, deep breath. Breathe out. Fill your stomach, fill your chest, fill your upper back. Hold. Just a bit more and release. Fill your stomach, rib cage, upper back, hold, sit a little more and release. Hand to your chest, thumb to your heart, bow down, chin gently towards the mat. Head is down to the mat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshumiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurudeva Namah Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Chaitanya Chandaya Namo Namaste. Chant Come to your third eye, bow you down. Thank you for joining the practice. Let's dedicate our practice to our loved ones, to ourselves, the whole world, Mother Nature, to all the people who have influenced us in our life. Thanks for joining me on the live today. Gently put your hands on your knees and rotate from left to right. Just become a spine. Take your chin to the left, then take it to the front, right, and take it back. Just gently rotate and pick up your spine. Very, very deep, long, extended circle. Last one. Come to center, now reverse. Take it to your right, left, back, right, left, back, right, left, back, right, left, back. Now push your knees with your right hand, right into right hand, and then left and lift up and go towards your left. You stretch your hips, push your knees down to the mat. Since you will do the other side, left hand on the left knee, straighten your hand and push it towards the mat. And with control, just lift the toes without touching the ground. With the help of your core, stretching your hands and stand back. Try again, and then try again. Your hand goes down. All right, so very, very gentle. Just take your neck. Very, very quickly do the invitation. Just get energy running from your head to toe. Just 2 or 3 rounds. Stretch your right hand up, left hand by the side, and bend towards the left. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Slide your left hand side of your hips and see can you take it below your knees. And stretch your left hand and right hand push towards the left. Come back. Left hand towards the right side. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Slide your right hand by the side of your thighs, going down, down, down. Come close to the knees. Stretch. Hand on your waist. Take a very, very, very deep rotation of your hips. We're getting ready for our Surya Namaskara A, Vinyasa, reverse. Very, very, very deep stretch. Clasp your hand behind your back. Lift up. Open your shoulders. Lift, lift, lift. Hands then twist towards the right, twist towards the left. Right. Left. At the front of the mat. Toes touching, heels apart. Shine your hands to the front, shoulders. Focus at one point. Lift your toes up, leave it down, lift your heels up, drop it down, and just stay here, close your eyes, stop moving, stop fidgeting, active position, take it 5 breath in, Namaskar one, hands on the chest, lift up, hands up, Swan forward fold, your knee could be bent, the first one, halfway, plant your hands by the toes, plank, high plank. First one, you can take your knees down for Chaturanga, or you can go straight to Chaturanga. Slide forward, upward facing dog. Pushing the mat from your toenails, knees are lifted, shoulders are lifted, and the chest is coming forward and between your arms. And straight forward, downward facing dog. First downward facing dog. Walk your dog, release anything on your hips. Keep walking your dog. Take your right heel down, left heel lifted. Push the mat from the palm. Enjoy the stretch. Lift your right heels, left heel down. Right knees are bent, left leg is straight. Pushing the mat from both the palms, fingers stretched. Don't dump all the weight on your palms. You have fingers, all the 10 fingers push the mat. And with control now, put both the legs down, both the heels down. Take your head as close as possible to the mat. You can macro by micro bend your knees to lift your hips up. 5 breath here. 2. Open your shoulders away from your ear. 3. Straighten your knees now. 4. 5. Come to the front. You can bend your knees, jump, or take your right leg, left leg, and halfway. Halfway. Forward fold. Hands up. Come to the chest. Keep your arms. And up towards the ceiling, towards your thumb. Swan dive down. You can bend your knees to start with. Plant your hands next to your toes. Knees are bent, and then gradually with control, delimit the ability to straighten your knees. Plant your hand, knees down. Left leg back, right leg back. High plank. Scan your body, be engaged in front of the mat. Chaturanga or knees down and Chaturanga. You do the knees down, Chaturanga, this knees down, and still do the push up. Slide forward. Upward facing dog, push the mat from your toenails. Your hip is sinking, you're leaning forward, chest open in front of your palms, and your neck is away. Downward facing dog. This is your resting position today, so gradually get your breath back, push the heels to the mat. Look towards your navel, your heels are hiding behind your toes. Last 2 breaths. Now bend your knees, left leg, right leg to the front, arch forward, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, complete fold, Uttanasana. Hand up, tall mountain. Down 3. Now each breath, each movement. 1, 2, halfway. 3, plank 4, 5, chaturanga. 6, upward facing dog. And down facing dog. Get your alignment right. Maybe you have to walk your feet a couple of inches forward. Push the heels to the mat. Get your breath back. 3, 4, 5. Hop, skip or jump or walk. Front of the mat. Halfway Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Hands to the front top. To the chest. Hold around. Breath each movement. As your chest. 1. Hands up. 2. Fall right. 3. Halfway. 4. Plank. 5. Chaturanga. 6. Upward facing dog. 7. Down facing dog. 5 breath. Shoulders away from your ears and spread it wide. Last one. Bend your knees. Gently come to the front of the mat. Up, skip, walk. Ardha Uttanasana. Forward Uttanasana. Up. Surya Namaskar B. Hands up. So forward. Halfway. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Get your breath to ensure alignment. This time your left feet 45 degrees to the mat. Right leg lifts. Gradually transition your right leg in between your palm. Put the flat. Lift up. Warrior 1. Your hip. Look forward. Come next to your toes. 3-legged dog. 3-legged plank. 3-legged chaturanga. 2-legged upward facing dog. Put the feet down. Dog. This time your right feet 45 degrees. Left leg lifts up. Focus and gradually transition your leg in between your palm. Move the feet up flat. Focus and then lift your head up, hands up. Warrior 1. Keep sinking your head. And next to your feet. Leg dogs. 3-legged plank. Chaturanga. Dog. 5 breaths. If you take a child pose, just quickly take a child pose, but no more than 5 breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5. Walk, skip, hop to the front of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway. Forward fold. Hands up. Forward fold. Halfway. Plant your hands. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down facing dog. Now get your grounding very correct. Both the heels, both the palms, everything is very firmly planted on the mat. We're going to hold our ankle. Very firmly done. Take your breath. 3, 4, 5. Take your right hand forward. Right hand holding the right ankle from outside. 3. Keep pushing the mat from your hand and keep pushing your mat from your heel. 5. Lift your heel tips up. Right hand comes back to its place. Left hand lifts up. Left hand holds the left ankle from outside. 5. Again, back to the down facing dog. Now get your core and your leg completely grounded. Now lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Left leg up to the ceiling. Very high. Take your right hand forward. Hold the right hand to the right ankle. Focus on the mat at one point. Keep lifting the leg up. Keep pushing the mat. Core position. All this will be helpful for our objective. Hands down. Legs down. This time your right leg lifts up. Get a good solid balance. And then once you think you've got a balance right, lift your left hand up. And then take your left hand to hold the left ankle. Focus at one point. Push that leg up and up and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come back. Transition into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. You can quickly come to the child pose to get your breath back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend your knees, walk or jump to the mat. Halfway. Forward fold. Scan your body right from your head to the toes. You can walk a little bit, shake your hips a little bit, release your tension, you can lie on the back. Lift the toes, drop it down, lift your heels, drop it down.
Jay, can you take the music थोड़ा सा दूर?
Yeah, maybe.
Or make it lower.
Okay. Get your breath back. Repeat anything. Normalize your breath. So now we will do the 2 asana from Ashtanga series. For the Hasta asana and for the Kushtha asana. So for the Hastasana is put your palm piece underneath your toes, hands up, forward fold. And now bend your knees, take both the palms underneath your toes. Toenails are at the crease of your palm. And then you put your head down and slowly and steadily straighten your knees. Push the toes to your palm and head coming in between your knees. Straighten your knees. Put your weight a little bit to the front, mindfully without losing the balance. Push the toes to your palm, make your knees, head to the knees. For the Hasta Asana. Look up, release it, hold both the toes with your fingers and your thumb. Look forward, and then bend the knees and flare open your elbows to the side. Keep the head. Up, plant your hand in the front. Take your right leg back, left leg back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Get to our warrior series. Just take a 5 breath here. First we go to warrior 1, humble warrior, Trikonasana, warrior 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right leg 45 degrees, right leg 45 degrees, left leg, lift up, and left leg come in between your palm. And then gradually get into warrior 1. Sink your hips down. Your left knee is facing front, right feet is down. Enjoy this pose. Every breath in, sink a bit more. Push the weight on the outer side of your back toe. That makes it easier, and then twist your body to the front. Keep sinking, keep sinking. Hand behind your back. Up. Humble warrior, take your head down to the front. Lift your hand behind your head, coming to the front of the room. 3, 4, 5. Gradually with control, straighten the knees up, both the hands straight. Go to Trikonasana. Then right hand leans forward, left hand comes down, right hand on top of the head. Konasana. Three, 4, 5. Come back. Gradually transitioning to warrior 2. Warrior 2. Your left palm facing the ceiling. Then you take it back without changing anything. Your reverse warrior. 1, 2. Keep sinking your hips down. And your left leg is leaning forward, right feet is strong, right knees are straight. 3, 4, 5. Take your hands, arms on your left knee, right hand lifts up, come to the front. If you have the bind in your practice, take your bind, which means that your left arm comes inside feet, and then your left hand goes behind, between the legs. Look up. 3. Hands down. Again, come to warrior 2. Now bend, screen your hands. Bend your hands by the both the feet. Run the low lunge. Low lunge, just do a few pulsing. Take your knees down. Both the palms flat in front of your toes. The first one is that we lift our right hand up, twist towards our back. Hands up. Hands down. Now left hand up, left hand up. Twisting, keep twisting. And now, put the palms on the mat. Straighten your knees. Your toes up. Feet back. Inside. You put the hands inside your feet. Transition into lizard. First, your palms on the mat, stretching your hips and sinking it down. Knees are 90 degrees to the ceiling. First, you take the right hand down, keep leaning forward, and then take your left elbow down, lean forward, take the head to the ground. One, two, surrender, completely surrender and release anything that you're holding on into your head, on your shoulders, on your knees. 3, 4, 5. Stay still there. Now this time you take your left hand, push against the left knee, and you open the knees outside and straighten your left hand. So left hand is pushing the left knee to the outside and moving forward. In this position, twist your head and look to the back of the room from the left side. Sink your hips and enjoy this twist. Then you come back, hands outside the toes, and we transition into our chaturanga. So lift your knee up, your left meets the right feet at the back. There in the plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Child pose or downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Change step to other side. Downward facing dog or child pose, 5 breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5. This time your left feet is 45 degrees, right foot lifts, and then transition your right feet into your palms. Just ensure that your weight is distributed on the both the toes, both the feet. Your right knee is bent forward, look forward, and then transition into warrior one. Warrior one, sink your hips down a little bit more. Hands up, body facing front. Clasp your hand behind your back. Open your chest, humble warrior. Lean back, lean forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with control, lift up and then straighten your knee and stretch your hands. Trikonasana. Right hand forward, left hand back. Take your hand forward and then lean forward and then fall down. Trikonasana. Your hand is on your shin. And then once you get this good solid grounding, don't put any weight on your hand. Your hand could be as open as this. 3, 4, 5. With control, lift up and come to warrior 2. Keep sinking down. Take your hips down, knees forward, knees bent. Palm facing to the ceiling. Reverse warrior. Last. The right arm on the left, right feet. Left arm lifts up. Keep leaning to the front, pushing the weight on the toes, back toe. If bind is in your practice, take your bind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands down. And then lift up to warrior 2. Windmill, both the legs, both the palms next to your toes. Pulse, pulse, pulse. The knees are down. First, you take your left hand up, up. Left hand comes down, now right hand lifts up. And this time, take your hands quite deep inside. Back. Straighten your knees. Sink your head down, 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 head coming close to the knees. Palms are on the mat. Release any tension and you find it much easier to sink on your knees. Five, bend your knees. Get into lizard, both the hands inside the feet and then sink. Could be here today, but keep sinking your hips down. First, your left arms come down, left elbow come down. Look forward to the front of the mat. Right elbow comes down. Keep your head close to the mat. Few breath here. Enjoy this pose by sinking your hips closer to the mat, releasing any tension on your hips, on your knees, and in the shoulder. The eyes are ideally in the front of the mat. 3, 4, 5, Gradually transition back to and both the palms inside the leg. This time your right hand, right palm pushing, right knee to the outside. Straighten your hand by pushing to the outer edge. Standing on the outer side of your room. Your arms are straight. Sink your hip. Come back. Now take your arms outside, hand outside. Then you lift your knees up. Come to plank. Your right feet, your left feet. Come to plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Child pose. Both the knees quite wide to the mat. Hands in the front. Sink your hips to the heels. First you take your head to the mat, then nose to the mat, chin to the mat, and then finally melt your chest to the mat. Push the hips to the heels. Five breaths. Two, three, four, five. Transition into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now we'll do few core positions. Then push your heels to the mat. Toes are wide spread, pushing your hand to the mat. Now lift your right leg up. Take your right knees to the nose. Right leg go up. Right knee to the right elbow. Right leg up. Very, very slow and gentle. You might stay at these positions for a breath or two. Knees to left elbow. Up to the nose. Up to the right elbow. Up to the left elbow. Up and take your feet in between your palms. At this time, you transition towards the left side by facing the left side of your mat. Spread your feet as wide as you can. Arms are down on the mat. Chest up, looking forward. First of the series in this pose is first you keep looking forward. Take your palms, walk forward, and your hip pushing back. And you feel all the outer side of your feet pushing the mat. Take a few breaths here. 3, 4, 5. With control, take your hand to the waist and then keep still looking up. Clasp your hand behind your back and then take your hand and gradually sink your head to the ground. Just let your head hand loose. Use your hand as a lever. Push the mat from both the toes. With each breath, you should be able to take your head closer and closer to the mat.
5. Take your hand by the side. Now gradually take your toes out and heels in. So goddess position, toes out and heels in. Toes out and heels in. And then with control, take your hand to the knees. And then you straighten your hand. Keep sinking your hips down. Keep sinking your hips down. And once you are here, then take your elbow to the knees. Just enjoy this pose and just move left to right, left to right. Take your hips down once more. Straighten your leg, hands on your waist, and then come to the front of the mat by taking the mat. And then your feet, your hips, your toes, stretch. Close your eyes. Take one more pose on the standing before we transition into our sitting. So let's go to Vrikshasana. So let's see, scan your body from head to toe. Release any muscle, release any tension, release your neck, release your hips. Adding this Vrikshasana today to our practice. We get into balancing pose sometimes later. Close your eyes. Now Vrikshasana, first and foremost, is that you put the weight on your left feet and the right feet is easy. You lift your feet up, focus at one point, focus at one point. Open your eyes and keep focusing on one point. Take it side. You can come down below your knees. On just below your knees. Keep focus at one point. If this is easy, or you want to force more, keep focusing at one point, and then you'll get your alignment right. Keep pushing the feet down, then you can slowly bring it close to your groin. Why are we getting this done is that when we get into our Sarvangasana and then the Shirshasana, we need to have the balance of our body perfect. Calm down your breath, push your groins from your toes, focus at one point, relax your body. As soon as you let it go and focus at one point, it gets easier and easier. We can hands up if you want. Take it down, down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. This is the first time we're doing it, so now we will eventually there. Keep focusing at one point somewhere in your horizon, and then put all the weight on your right feet. Lift your right and left feet. You can be here today. You can be here today. Keep focusing at one point. You can bring it here today. Once you get this feet straight and focus at one point, then you can move about. As soon as you move focus, then you start wobbling. All right, hands on the chest. Namaskar. You have to keep pushing the feet to the groin to get a good solid support. Otherwise, your feet kind of gets imbalanced. And once you are here, your hands up. Come down. Wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. Good job, guys. Good job. Now we get into our knees today. We haven't done the knees for a while. Come back to our knees. Come back to our knees. Calm your breath down. Take your hand. We're going to your hand. Push your fingers facing towards the top, and then the palm pushing the front. Then you lift up and look back. With lower back issue, do this. If you don't have lower back, take your right hand from the top, hold the heels, but keep looking to the front, don't twist to the side. Left hand up, and then take it to the heels. See, there is a tendency that you be back. No, you have to push forward as if there's a wall in front and you are pushing against the wall. I prefer to do this because of my lower back. Open the chest. Keep breathing forward and then back on your heels. The chariot pose, counterbalance. Come back into our Paschimottanasana. Take your legs out. That's a must for our stretching out. It's a full body stretch, Paschimottanasana. So, first you come to Dandasana, which is sit tall, with palms by your hips, lift you up, and take your hips a little bit back. Then we got your Dandasana ready for Paschimottanasana. Straight face, lean forward, different ways to transition. You want to start, again bend your knees, hands up, hold your thumb, look up, take your chest to the thighs, and then lift your back up. And then this transition, take your left feet straight, right feet straight, keep looking forward, leaning forward, keep pulling the toes towards your face, pushing the heels to a wall, imaginary wall behind, and then take your shin down, take your knees down, and keep it here. If you have a lot of flesh on your palms, then generally take the flesh out so that you can sit on your palms properly. That helps in terms of grounding and bending forward. Breathe in, down. As we breathe in, you extend your chest, you take it down. You can have a gentle bend on your knees if that is what today required. Keep pushing the heels to the front and toes to the back. Once you are here, once your feet think that you reach your limit, then you start stretching your legs. You'll surprise yourself. Because the more you pull the toes towards your face and heels to the front, the bend becomes easier because your feet is firm. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back. Now we go to tabletop, reverse tabletop, counterbalance. Or we go to a full Purvottanasana. So take your hand, feet behind, fingers facing to the front, and your wrist is facing to the back. Stretch your toes. Look up. First you look up, and then you lift your hips up, and you 5 breaths. Take your hips down, take your hips up and close down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look up, don't. Now when you come down, don't put your hips to the ground. Take hips closed, you hover and take your hips in between your, bend your knees, come to tabletop, a reverse table, and then take your hips down, and then take your hips in between your palms, in, forward, hips up, hips down, but hover, don't touch the ground. Slide your hips in between your palms, straighten your leg. Again, we're strengthening our core. Reverse tabletop. Hips come down, don't touch the ground. Over. Take your hips back, straighten your leg in between your palms. Again. Keep breathing. Down. Over. Take your hips back in between your palms. Slide it back. Last 2. Over. Back. Up. Last 1. Hover. Slide it back in between your hands. Back. Down. Then hold your chest. Hold your knees close to your chest. Keep breathing. Get in between your up and up, and then gradually transition into back. Then you can do windscreen. Release anything on your feet, on your thighs, on your hips, on your lower back. Windscreen side to side. Keep windscreening and releasing any tension. Now this time straighten your leg. We do our usual position. First you take your right leg up 90 degrees. Take your right leg down. Left leg up. Down. Right leg up. Right leg down. Left leg up. Down. Both legs up. Put your hands behind underneath your butt to protect your lower back in case you have lower back issues. You plant your elbow to the ground so that you get a good solid support, and then lift your legs up. Two, 3, 4, 5. Take both the legs to your right side. Hover, hover, hover. To the front, to the left. If you've got too much of a back issue, you can bend your knees and do the same thing, but you better do the straight leg. Front, take it down, but don't touch the ground. Hover, up, right, up, left, And very, very gently count of 10, take it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On your hips, and lower back. Again, this time you lift your right leg up, hold the thigh underneath, wrap your fingers around the back of the thighs, shoulders are on the ground, toes are facing the face, and then lift your head up, walk your hand, walk your fingers to straighten your knees and hold your ankle. If you're here, then fine. Then start pulling, spreading your elbows to the side, pulling the knees to the nose. If you think you can take the hand to the toes, do that. But knees to be very straight, and just the left leg which is lying very, very active. Control, take it down. Good, very, very solid. Good stretch. Very, very good for losing some weight. Lift the left leg up, clasp your hand behind your thighs. All these poses are weight losing poses. Shoulders down, lift your head up, take your fingers, hold behind your ankle. This is what today is needed. Be here and keep pulling feet to the nose, your knees to the nose. Your right leg is also very active. If you think this is easy, take your hand to the toes. Take it down. Let's do wheel pose or bridge. Our body is very warmed up today, so we can do anything what we want. Depending on what is in your practice, if you are in bridge pose, I suggest try the wheel today. And if you are in the wheel, then I suggest count up to 10, and then you straighten your hand and straighten your legs. So let's push the boundary today. Bridge pose, people. Again, bend your knees. Fingers touching the heels. Just get a good solid rub on your tailbone to get it release the massage. Once you are here, people who are doing the bridge pose suggest take your hands, palm facing the ceiling, turn it towards your head. Both the fingers are showing towards the back, directed to the back. The wrist, the palms to the front. Even though you're not able to come to the full bridge pose, try to just lift your hips up and put some weight on your palms and put some weight on your head. If that is what is required today, do that. Pushing the weight on my palms, lifting my hips up, taking my weight to my head, and then lifting my hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down, down, stop it. Head down, and immediately take the child pose. Bhavana Muktasana. Go side to side. Go forward and backward. Stretch your leg. And then we take a twist. So this time we take the Garudasana twist today because we didn't do the Garudasana crunches. The hands by the side, right feet on the top of the left. Lap it around. First time, take both the legs to your right side. Not easy to take the lift to the right side to touch the ground because our right feet is on top of the left. Look towards your left. Lift it up. And then now take it to your left side. Trying to take both the knees close to your arms. Take the knees to the mat. Twist your body, look towards your right. Keep taking the shoulders to the right. Once you take the shoulders to the right, you see your knees lifting. Use your hand to push the knees down towards your right. Each breath in, you take your shoulders down, twist a bit more. Come back. Both hands are spread. Release the Garudasana. Clasp, bind. This time goes your left feet on the top of right. Knees are stacked up against each other. Stretch your leg further to get this wrap around, Garudasana wrap. Your left toe is gone back to the right shin. The first pose on this position is that take your knees close to your chest and then you turn towards your left. Not very easy on the side. Your knee may not touch. Then lift up and then you take it towards your right. Take your knees close to your arms and then take your shoulders down. Look towards your left. Each breath in, surrender, release, let it go. Don't hold anything back on your lower back and on your shoulders. Enjoy this pose. Keep twisting and taking your hips down and then shoulders down. Take your knees back to the center. And with everything. Just do a bit of wind spin left to right, to right. Then gently come to the seating position. We take our pranayamas. Turn towards your favorite side. Use your hand. Close your eyes. Sit on the most favorite position. Could be Vajrasana or Sukhasana. Ardha Padmasana, or full Padmasana, or anything. And to the chest. First you take your shin, take your shin down and completely bow down to the front, pushing your hips to the ground, extending your hand, and then do this namaskar. Take your head. With each breath in, extend the lower back. Create some more space for our pranayama. Surrender in this pose. Let go of anything that you're holding back on your lower back. Each breath in, extend your chest, breathe out, take it down. Extend your chest, down. Control, sit up, scan your body, and we will do Anuloma Viloma today. Put the hands on your knees. Take your left hand into your Chin Mudra, right hand under Vasishtha Mudra, Vishnu Mudra, and then you take your hands in front. Your right hand is in front of your face. Two fingers are bent, thumbs and the other small finger and the ring finger is open. Normally, let go of anything holding back. Please hand it up. We will do 6, 4, 10, 6, 4, 10. So it's kind of challenging, but we are all warmed up. We could do it. By the breathing from the shut your left nostril, breathe in from your right. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. Release your hands, come to Chin Mudra. Look at the cutter balance back of your breathing. Very long deep breath. Scan your body and see what else you need. Calm yourself down. Put the hands to your chest. Om Ham Sarvasya Prabhu Mata Sarvam Prabhavate Iti Matva Vajante Mam Muda Bhava Samarpita Tapta Kanchana Galanti Vahe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Chaitanya Chaitanya Namo Namaste Om Sarna Bhavatu Sarno Bhavatu Saviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vikresa Bhavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I thank you all for sharing this wonderful practice with me. I thank you for the immense energy, positive attitude. We convey our love, gratitude, compassion, kindness, and regards to the person who we have dedicated this practice to, this whole world. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Come to third eye down and gradually transition into your Shavasana. Lie down on your mat. Spread your feet mat distance apart.